So if you're an affiliate, like what are the benefits for claiming your commissions in crypto? I mean, we're talking about like instant payouts, like who doesn't like that?
You're listening to the Affiliate Marketing Podcast brought to you by Affiliversemedia.com, the chapter and verse of everything you need to know about running a successful affiliate program for your business. Now, here's your award-winning affiliate and performance marketing host, an industry veteran, your affiliate marketing guide, and the founder of Affiliverse, Leandro Johnston.
Welcome to the Affiliate Marketing Podcast, the show where we bring you the latest insights, trends, and expert advice from leaders in the affiliate and performance marketing community. I'm your host, Leandro Johnston, and today we're diving deep into a rapidly evolving corner of the iGaming industry, crypto, casinos, blockchain, and affiliate tracking. With the rise of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, affiliate marketers and brands alike are starting to navigate the whole world of opportunities and challenges that Web 3.0 brings. To help us unpack all of this, we have a special guest joining us today, Leandro Schlotthauer, the CEO of Kuyen Labs, building a leading blockchain-first affiliate platform offering innovative tracking solutions for crypto-focused brands. We're going to explore what's progressing in this space, why brands need to consider crypto-friendly tracking solutions, and how easy it is to run affiliate programs that cater to both crypto and fiat platforms. So without further ado, let's welcome Leandro onto the show. Leandro, how are you today?
Hi, Leandro. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me again. Excited to be back for another episode.
Yeah, it's very rare that I bring people back, but because I know you know what you're talking about, blockchain is such an interesting opportunity for us to explore. I thought I'd invite you back on. So for those of you who don't know Leandro, tell us a little bit about your background, about how you got started in blockchain, and why you have spent the past few years building Fuel.
My name is Leandro Schlotthauer. I'm originally from Argentina, which is important to the discussion of why blockchain. But yeah, I worked my whole career in digital marketing, started my career working in the travel space, in mobile marketing. Then I started my first company where I actually got to work a ton with affiliates. We built the largest second-hand electronics marketplace in Latin America. And with that, basically building like a new category in Latin America about like refurbished phones. So the number one search query for our brand was whether if we were a scam or not. So it was the voice of lots of affiliates, influencers, bloggers that we were really able to create a trust. And by aligning incentives with them, providing revenue share, we're able to create a very successful program. In terms of blockchain, again, I'm from Argentina. So for me, I started using blockchain out of necessity. I got into Bitcoin in 2014 as a hedge from inflation for my country. I also didn't trust my government. In places like Argentina, I would say that the adoption of crypto has been more natural, right? In fact, in late 2018, if I'm not mistaken, the government of Argentina decided to basically ban anyone from buying foreign currency. So that was when actually stable coins, which are like US dollar pegged or backed cryptocurrencies, became really popular. People started like saving in those currencies because that was the only way that they could actually access to assets that were denominated in US dollars. So yeah, I got into crypto from early on 2014, and then basically around the Bitcoin space. Then later on with Ethereum, which brought basically the ability for running decentralized applications. So Bitcoin is thought of more as a store of value, whereas Ethereum is like a virtual machine, like a virtual server that can power applications that run on a decentralized manner. So that was like a very novel concept back then. And I started becoming like really fascinated about it. In 2020, I decided to focus full on crypto and try to understand, okay, what is the marketing tech or what is the marketing stack going to look like for projects adopting crypto, and how can I help make this technology become mainstream? So that's how actually we started Kuyen Labs, and we started working around the idea of building smart contract enabled marketing software.
So for those of you that don't know what Fuel is, it's actually an affiliate tracking solution / soon-to-be network built on the blockchain. So can you just give us a breakdown of what Fuel is and what it does and the clients that you're currently supporting on the blockchain?
For sure, yeah. So it's pretty similar to any affiliate marketing software that you might know. Projects start by defining what is a conversion event that is relevant to them. These conversion events can be, sent out through an API, like you would do with any regular, but it could also be an event that occurs on a blockchain. Fuel has the ability to listen to transactions that occur on a blockchain. And remember that blockchains are public, decentralized databases that anyone can access and can verify. For me, that is a very important aspect of Fuel, because I experienced myself the frustration of if you're running like affiliate marketing for an e-commerce company, your affiliates don't have the full visibility of what transactions actually take place and which don't take place in the form of cancellations or returns. So I always feel like there was like this trust issue or trust challenge between affiliates and merchants, and projects or companies that have their transactions on a decentralized database can actually verify that transactions took place or not. So yeah, going back, projects define the conversion events, then they define the payout rules. So it's going to be a revenue share or other type of agreement. And then what actually happened is that affiliate program is written on a blockchain. So all the terms of that contract of that affiliate program is written on a blockchain. And then the project or the merchant funds that contract agreement. And then as Fuel detects successful referrals, then it's able to do the payouts directly to these affiliates in almost real time. So yeah, we're talking about like seconds after the transaction takes place.
So there's two things here that I want to pick on, because everybody thinks that blockchain needs to sit separately to the other tracking solutions that you say, for example, you've got an Impact, a CJ, Sell Expert, whatever industry you're in and you're using different technology. Everybody's trying to force the kind of crypto side of their business, because there are publishers that want to be paid in crypto as well for obvious reasons, because they're getting their money a lot quicker and a lot faster. But they think that the two things are separate, and Fuel isn't that. Like, Fuel's actually bringing the two industries together to merge as one, because you can run your standard e-commerce program or gaming program, whatever industry you're in, travel, insurance, whatever, on your affiliate tech stack, and you can actually either decide to plug Fuel in as well for the partners that want to work within the crypto space and want to have that immediate transaction and trust, or you can actually plug your whole program onto Fuel and have the blockchain technology calculate absolutely everything, whether it's in fiat or crypto, because the platform actually pays out in both. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, our vision is basically, as a merchant, as a project that you want to have affiliates working with you, your program will be more successful to the extent that you're able to provide more options or value to affiliates. So if you have great margins and you want to increase revenue share, that's a great value proposition. But also if you, for example, want to allow people to claim their commissions on crypto, that's great. If they still want to do it with a third-party payment processor or directly to a bank account, that's also great as well. So we are focused on building features for Fuel that can allow for this optionality.
Because there has been a divide. Like, everybody I'm talking to that's at the forefront of affiliate marketing, there's always this divide between overcoming fraud, chargebacks. Like, we're still having the same conversations 20 years on with the same kind of problems. And yet sitting over here in the background is this really cool technology. And you touched on it before, that can actually increase payment methods, because only recently I had somebody on the podcast who was talking about the fact that some affiliate programs still pay on 60, 90, 120 days. And in this day and age where we are able to track everything in near enough real time, it kind of blows my mind that affiliates are still waiting to be paid their commission when a sale concludes. Now, what's the difference, just for people that might be a little bit new to blockchain, what's the difference between paying in fiat and paying in crypto when you have your affiliate program running? Because I want them to understand the opportunity that this opens up when you start to think about transactions being done in real time and money being paid out in real time, what that could actually potentially look like. So give us the storyline, because I know you see this, which is why you spent time developing Fuel. What would happen if every single e-commerce merchant moved onto the blockchain? How would that potentially impact their business? And I know that you've got some clients that you've done testing with already, but I want you to just tell the story of what happens when payments become immediate and affiliates can actually reinvest that money. So talk to us about why it's such a big deal and why we should be thinking about integrating blockchain technology into our affiliate programs today.
Yeah, to start with, I want to repeat what I just said, like in the sense that many times, like when payouts occur for affiliates, it could be either that the merchant, the advertiser is paying for the payment processing, or it could also be that the affiliate is paying that. Anyway, if these merchants opt to do payments in crypto, and when I'm talking about crypto, I usually referring to stable coins. So these are like US dollar pegged currencies. It's not like some coin or token that is very volatile. Like, these are stable coins. So at the end of the day, it means that if you compare, like today, like most of the affiliates have the options to cash out their commissions on using a third-party payment processor, which we all know those usually charge 3% on 3 to 5 on average. affiliates end up paying like around $20, $25 on average for cashing out. And this usually clear in between 2 to 5 days. With ACH transfers, that's less expensive. But again, you have 5 days until you get paid. And if you're actually working with affiliates across the globe, that means that these affiliates will also end transferring the funds to another account or doing some like currency conversion, which is very costly. So those are all things that you abstract away and that don't have to pay when you're using like a stablecoin transaction. Like a stablecoin transaction, we're talking about like pennies to process, no percentage. We're also talking about like a payment method that is available 24/7 and that is immediate and it's global. Okay, so you can receive money anywhere in the world to your wallet address or to your account, regardless whether if you're in Australia, if you're in Argentina, if you're in the US, literally anywhere. For everyone, it's the same. And then there's also like the optionality to exchange the currency or to also, if you want to transfer that to a bank account, you can transfer that, but you would be transferring from your wallet or from your account to your bank in your country directly. You will not be passing through another bank and stuff like that. So I think the bottom line is, it's less expensive, drastically less expensive. It's way faster and it's global. So that means that you as a merchant or as an advertiser, you can now provide a higher value proposition and higher margins for your affiliates. And that means that they will be more incentivized to work with you. And at the end of the day, your program will grow faster and stronger.
So what about fraud, though? Because a lot of people on the blockchain, you've got the transparency, and you touched on that earlier where you said affiliates don't get the transparency of what happens with the transactions. So they can't actually tweak where they're getting their traffic from because they only see the sales transaction maybe a week later or 30 days later whenever the merchant qualifies the sale, because it doesn't always track immediately in real time, depending on what industry you're working in. So how does the smart contract technology that you've built into Fuel actually avoid things like chargebacks and fraud, and how do you get over that? So just explain that kind of like user flow and why it's so impactful.
Yeah, totally. I think today a lot of projects that are native to crypto that they already transact on the blockchain, they are using Fuel to basically power their affiliate programs. And I think that is very interesting because given that their transactions are all written on a public blockchain, again, there's full traceability of these transactions. And when people interact on a blockchain, you can think of it as a debit card, right? There's almost no fraud on debit cards because people have a wallet, they connect that wallet or that account, they interact, they do a transaction, and those funds are immediately transferred from, let's say, that account to a merchant or to someone else. And there's always like this accounting method, right? If you subtract from one side, you add from the other one, like there's nothing else that can be added. And whenever you submit a transaction, you need to sign, it's like a cryptographic proof that you do that actually validates that you are the owner of that wallet. So that means that there's no chargeback because these are debits. This is not a credit that I can then call my credit card provider and tell them like, hey, I lost this card or I got stolen. That cannot happen. So for these programs that are actually built on Fuel automatically detects that these transactions took place because it's looking at this public database of transactions. And then when that happens, the smart contract actually says, okay, so Leanne has just referred user A. This user A has done this specific conversion event that is written on the contract, on the terms of the program. So now Leanne should be able to claim this amount of funds from the budget of this affiliate program. And then you just basically claim those funds directly to your wallet in almost real time because, again, there's no chargebacks. These transactions are definite. And that just basically allows everyone to be on the same page and actually work towards the one thing that matters, which is growing the program and growing the project.
I guess the question I would ask our listeners right now is what would you do with 3 to 5% more profit on your program? Like, how would you reinvest that money? Would you give it to your top partners? Would you use it to go find other affiliates that maybe you haven't used before? Would you invest it in tech tools? When you think you've got 3 to 5% more money to play with, what would you actually do with it? That's my question, because we never really have that money. We're always trying to make that money, not actually eke it out of what's already there. So if you look at all of your top payments in the last month to all of your top partners and you calculated just 3 to 5% of that, it's probably quite significant for really big clients. And the thing is that affiliates are becoming more savvy about how they want to run their businesses too. There's more and more affiliates asking to be paid in crypto, which is driving the adoption of the blockchain technology and all of these clients that are now coming to run their programs on Fuel because they want to be present in that space with these people that are looking at Web 3.0. Like, it's already here. The problem is that mainstream isn't adopting it quick enough, I think, because different countries, like you said, in Argentina, it's a massive adoption because the local currency isn't trusted. Those types of things are happening. But elsewhere in the world where fiat currencies are still strong and they're traded and stable, it's making it a little bit harder for people to adopt the technology. But the people that do adopt the technology and are the early adopters, what kind of results are they seeing? Like when you're working with clients, because you've got an array of different clients that are coming onto this platform, like what are some of the things that they're doing differently with their marketing because they now have this money back in their pockets to actually not have to worry about fraud and not have to worry about checking how many chargebacks do I have at the end of 30 days before I can spend on my next campaign, for example?
Yeah, I would say also, like, to clarify on the last question, is that there are also like other companies that are using Fuel today to power their affiliate programs, even though they still they have an e-commerce business, for example. You can still use Fuel to handle the on-chain or like the crypto payouts. Okay, so it will work like exactly the same as any of the other platforms that you mentioned earlier. Fuel has all the tracking capabilities, all the commission structures and so forth. And then you can decide, if you want to pay on a weekly, monthly, or whenever is the best time for you. But it allows you to actually pay out in stable coins. Okay, so that is something that I wanted to share, because if you're already running a big program, your own operations are on your own database or your own software, and you're not thinking about moving to a blockchain powered solution, you can still use Fuel to handle out all the crypto payments. Okay.
Yeah, you've plugged the gap, because they asked to move from your current tech stack, which is probably layered with multiple other techs that talk to it. It's a big ask to ask a big brand to actually move over. So what you've done is you've built Fuel so that it can plug into any existing infrastructure and still enable those like crypto payments and those smart contracts. But you can also run your entire affiliate program on it. And what advice would you give to brands that are thinking about integrating these systems? Are there any tech considerations that clients should make? Like, when do they know that they're ready for blockchain? What are the minimum requirements?
Yeah, there are no minimum requirements. Okay. I think what we're seeing more and more is like outreach from companies that are starting out and they know that blockchain technology is here to stay and that will only grow with time. That also, like, I feel like the implementation is just the same as it would for any other like affiliate software, but you get like more capabilities and it's more of a great crypto first affiliate solution. So for believers in the space, for people that understand that it's here to stay, that look at the global context today and see like a US dollar that is inflating record time highs, global context, geopolitical complicated situations across the world, and the opportunity for affiliates anywhere in the world to get paid fast. They understand this value and they choose to go with a solution that is crypto first. But other than that, I would say that crypto will only become mainstream to the extent that crypto itself is invisible to the merchant, to the user. Like, it doesn't need to be complex. I think a lot of people today associate crypto with, the 2021 NFT boom, like where people were buying like these images, paying a lot of money, a lot of speculation. But that actually surfaced two of the biggest challenges of the industry. Number one being scalability. Back then, the only network available was Ethereum. And that made it people to do a simple transaction, they were maybe paying like hundreds of dollars. So that was one big challenge back then, which was very surfaced by a lot of people trying to get into crypto. The second one was on user experience. People trying to understand, okay, what is a wallet? How do I fund my wallet? How do I actually secure my funds of the wallet? Those are things that are very complex for someone that is not crypto savvy. And I think right now, like 2024, these two have been greatly addressed. So on scalability, today there are other networks that are still building on top of Ethereum. So they have the centralization of Ethereum, the adoption, which is very powerful. But today, to do a transaction, we're talking about like pennies. So literally a cent or less than a cent. So this is how much a merchant can pay to do an affiliate payout. We're talking about like a single penny, which is mind-blowing. And then on the UX front, what we're seeing today is there's a lot of technology that was built to abstract the blockchain from these users. So in the same way, like if we were talking about email 20 years ago, companies like, for example, Gmail, they have to pay server costs for every time that you receive an email, right? And for every time that you send an email. So how crazy is to think that you would need to pay Gmail for their server cost that you incur for receiving and sending email. In 2021, people had to pay those transactions fees themselves. But now what we're seeing is that companies that are adopting block, they're actually able to pay for all these transaction fees and to create a wallet account and to custody the funds of these users without the user having to know how to do it. They know that these transactions are on the blockchain, but they don't need to know how much is the transaction fee. They don't need to know how to secure a wallet. They just can log in with a Google account, with a Facebook account, with an email, with whatever, and they're able to start.
So you don't need to be huge. You don't need to have lots of money to get an affiliate program on the blockchain, but you do need to be a believer and you need to understand how it integrates with the rest of your program, because you can't be running the affiliate program in silos. Like, you need to have a cohesive strategy across your program. But what are some of the common difficulties that you've seen brands face when they shift to crypto-friendly affiliate tracking solutions for their program?
For those, I would say to work proactively on affiliate management. So building the right educational resources for the affiliates so they know how everything works, how will they be able to access their funds, what are some options that they have. They still want to, for example, off-ramp their crypto to their bank account or to another payment processor. So that's, I think, like best practice, to let your affiliates know that all the other options are still available. There's one added option. Okay. Yeah. And that's not going to change how they're currently do business. So I think that's the number one thing that I see projects like really invest the time and the thought on understanding what is the best way to communicate this. On the don'ts, I would say just not doing this. Yeah. Which is basically like adding an option for them to cash out or to claim their commissions without really explaining what it is, how it works, and actually what's in it for the affiliate. So if you're an affiliate, like what are the benefits for claiming your commissions in crypto? I mean, we're talking about like instant payouts. Like, who doesn't like that? A lot of affiliates today are looking at affiliate factoring solutions, which at the end of the day, I think they address a problem, but that's also coming out from their own pockets.
Yeah, 100%. So I think the first thing is be a believer. The second thing is make sure that you have really clear directional signage. And the third thing is educate your affiliate partners properly on how the strategy will integrate, and make sure that they have all the information that they need in order to choose to move over to kind of like blockchain technology and get paid instantly. What are some of the things that you think are best practices? Having been an affiliate yourself, like how do you think this technology is going to evolve the way that affiliate marketing actually works? Like, we talk about a lot of trends in affiliate marketing, and we talk about a lot of things that are going to come, but then they never really do. But I'm starting to see, and I have been talking about blockchain for at least 3 years now, but I am actually starting to see a lot of bigger brands adopt and move into this space. So why do you think now is the time to be looking at this stuff? And we were saying it 3 years ago, but it's going to get to a point where you're not going to be latency behind looking ahead. You're actually going to fall behind if you don't adopt it. So what's your future thoughts on, like, how quickly is this going to become more mainstream? Because you've already plugged the gap with Fuel to ensure that payments can be made now via crypto, even if you are in a fiat-based program. But what's the next step? What's the next evolution of Web 3.0 and blockchain in affiliate marketing, the way that you see it? Like, how's it going to change?
Yeah, I like to think that affiliate marketing, it's been here for many years, more than 20 years maybe now. Yeah, way more than 20 years, actually almost 30 years since Amazon introduced Amazon Associates. I think it was 1996. I was only 5 back then, but I read about it. But anyway, I think it has been a channel that has been growing every single year. But I think crypto will be its superpower to actually make it really go off. And I'm saying that because of 2 reasons. And I think these 2 reasons are only enabled by crypto. So the first one I touched first, that is on having the ability to do trustless partnerships. So where affiliate and merchant, they don't know each other. They don't need to trust each other. If these transactions are living on a blockchain and the smart contract, for example, for Fuel, can actually access those transactions, then there's no loss of energy in discussing whether the approval rate on the credit card is high enough or not. If there might be some tracking issues, like all of that can be abstracted away. And again, merchant and affiliate, they can work together towards growing the program. Imagine, I'm sure like you spend a lot of time actually going through that. It's important that merchant and affiliate, they are on the same page. They know that everything is working correctly and they can look into that. So that's the number one. And the second one, which I am also very excited, is about what I call reputation portability for affiliates. So let's say that I'm an affiliate and I work in a specific niche, or I work with a specific brand and I'm like tier 1 affiliate with them. I earn like crazy commissions and I am very like important for their program. But now let's say that I go to a second brand. They don't know me. They have never spoken to me. They haven't into my site, and I still need to start from entry-level tier. Okay. So I think that is pretty crazy. And some companies or some programs might ask you to send like a screenshot of how much you're making on another program. But I think what's going to be a big trend for the next years to come is like affiliates actually owning the reputation. And that is something that Fuel, for example, does. So, for example, affiliates that are using Fuel, they have a reputation score that they are continuously building. So if they're a great affiliate with a specific program, this information won't be disclosed that they are very successful with this program. But another merchant that might want to work with them, they already know how important of an affiliate they are. So they can actually allow them to start in, let's say, tier 1 if they are important enough or that they're like interesting enough to them. So I think that's going to become more of a trend. And I think that's also something that's only enabled by blockchain technology, the portability of this digital asset that is your reputation as an affiliate. And then you can interchange use to plug into different programs.
I love that, because right now we all operate more or less blind by looking at traffic sources as an indication of whether an affiliate is good, bad, or ugly. And traffic can come and traffic can go overnight, and nobody knows what the traffic is really. I mean, there's publisher discovery tools and things out there, but a lot of the stuff that we have to do as affiliate managers is guesswork. And I think you've touched on a really important point. Anybody that's truly savvy in affiliate marketing and wants to get access to data, if the blockchain is as public as what you say, there would be a lot of insights that you'd be able to glean. I guess you can't glean it like directly. You can't tell that Mark Smith is a big affiliate of this eyewear brand or whatever the case may be, because it's all anonymous, but you can tell what amounts are being spent and in what regions, and that gives you like a share of voice analysis on what your competitors are doing. So I think there's three things that make me excited as well. There's the fact that the blockchain can be set up on multiple event types. Like right now, for the last 20 years, we've paid on cost per acquisition, percentage revenue share, maybe a cost per lead. There's very few event types that we can track. But what about if we had to change the model and actually have affiliates help us with, and I know some affiliates can, like voucher codes or like other companies that gather data, but it would be a lot more exciting for me to see how the blockchain technology opens us up to incentivize and to keep customers more loyal, and how affiliates who are building brands and building connectivity and engaging with their audiences, how they direct that longevity of purchasing. Because we always only ever worry about the first purchase or the first 30 days of purchases or whatever. It's a very short period of time, but customers don't generally churn and burn very fast. If they like a product, they'll stick with that product. So how do you work with your partners to reduce your direct advertising costs and actually leverage that pay on performance cost, which happens with all the different types of events that you can track on the blockchain, which are pretty vast and significant. We were having conversations about that before this call, but imagine if you didn't only incentivize a customer to make their first purchase, but you incentivized them on their 10th purchase or their 50th purchase, or when they referred a friend, and imagine if affiliates can help you fulfill those self-fulfilling sales prophecies instead of just worrying about that first purchase.
100%. Today, all programs that are running on top of Fuel, they actually reward in what I call like a cost per lifetime value. So they're like lifetime commissions for all the revenue that the users that they brought in generate. So that is something very powerful, and that's also like inherent with chain, because again, like if a user is transacting on a blockchain, even though we don't know it's an anonymous, their identity, we still know whether they transacted or not. So that makes that the Fuel infrastructure can actually listen to those transactions quickly over time as they happen, and they can still attribute those to the right affiliate.
The budget that you do have, you're going to spend with the partners that are bringing you long-term customers instead of short-term customers, one-time buyers. The other thing is the payouts. Obviously, we've spoken about that. So the second thing that I think that it's going to be able to change is this thing that we don't need to get factoring. If we just move to crypto, you'd get your money in real time, and what would you do with that profit margin, that 3 to 5% that you're making back off of the payments, off of just enabling the payments? And then the third thing that you said was I don't believe that affiliate marketing will ever not require relationship building, because you are not working with a product, you're working with a person on the other end, an entrepreneur person. But what it will do is it'll help to eliminate, and everybody's talking about AI coming in and reducing administrative tasks and all the rest of it. But in effect, blockchain does that too, and it carries you forward into Web 3.0. So instead of playing around with AI tools, should you be actually looking at the infrastructure that your affiliate program is built on and building it for the future right now. Like AI tools are great and they're all going to plug in and help you save time and do things. But is there a bigger story to be had here in terms of like future-proofing your growth by moving on to rails that can actually augment what you're currently doing right now and maybe make you a market leader instead of a market follower?
Totally. No, I agree. I think like relationships are the core of any affiliate program. If you're not willing to, as a merchant, as an advertiser, you're not willing to put the thought and the time into actually build these relationships. There's a quote by Paul Graham that says, do things that don't scale. Like at the end of the day, if you're not able to put in the time to actually meet your affiliates, understand like how they create this content, how you can actually help them become more successful, and at the end of the day, make your own program more successful, I think then affiliate marketing might not be the best channel for these merchants. AI, I think, will be amazing for many things, but not to automate the whole relationship with these affiliates.
I'm a believer in that. So listen, it's been fabulous having you on the podcast again this week. I'm very interested to see what Fuel does. And I know I've been with you since the beginning when you first launched the tech, but it does seem to be growing at a rapid rate and the adoption process just makes sense. It makes financial sense. It's transparency. It's about making sure that you can actually incentivize your partners in different ways. And it's about taking a leap of faith and stepping into the future of what the web's going to look like.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think today, if anyone is starting an affiliate program, I think they should be looking at crypto because crypto is going to be the future. Crypto's already here. It's slowly growing, but it's definitely going to be mainstream in the future. So if you want to future-proof your affiliate program, I would definitely check out Fuel.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast, Leandro. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Leanne.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. Massive thank you to Leandro Schlattauer for joining us and sharing his insights on how crypto casinos, blockchain technology, and affiliate tracking are reshaping affiliate marketing landscape. It's clear that the space continues to grow, that affiliate marketers and brands need to be prepared to adapt and implement new solutions that are both crypto and fiat friendly to stay competitive. If you've enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the Affiliate Marketing Podcast so you don't miss out on future episodes filled with expert advice and industry updates. And if you have any thoughts or questions on today's topic, feel free to reach out and drop a comment to me on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening. I'm Leanne Johnston, and until next time, keep pushing the boundaries of affiliate partnerships forward. Do you hear that? That's the sound of your affiliate program skyrocketing. Intrigued? Then you need to know about Affiverse magazine. This isn't just another industry publication. It's your personal affiliate marketing powerhouse. Imagine having a mentor, a strategist, a productivity coach, all rolled into one sleek square package that sits right on your desk, helping you to grow your affiliate program every single quarter. Affiverse magazine is the quarterly toolkit you've been dreaming of. It's packed with cutting-edge insights, expert interviews, and a full promotional calendar brimming with ideas to keep you ahead of the curve. But here's where it gets really exciting. We've included guided planning sheets and goal-setting tools that turn your big ideas into actionable steps. It's like having an accountability partner that never sleeps. Whether you're mapping out your next big campaign or planning your affiliate conference schedule, the Affiverse magazine keeps you on track and fired up. And the best part? This game-changing resource is available to you to download digitally or order in print. But wait, there's more. Join our exclusive club and you'll get the premium print edition delivered to your door every single quarter. Plus, you'll unlock a treasure trove of perks, including live strategy sessions with industry titans and VIP access to our in-person events. Don't let another quarter slip by without this secret weapon in your arsenal. Head to affiversemedia.com, click on the magazine button at the top of the homepage, and order your print copy of the Affiverse magazine today. Your desk, your affiliates, and your business will thank you.